Hello guys, welcome back. So now let's start work on our users app. We will implement the splash screen and authentication for the users inside the users app. So for now we will close our this seller app. Click here, click file, click close project, and let's click on new Flutter project and make sure that Flutter is selected, then click next. Now here we have to provide our user app project name, so we can say users underscore app, and here in the description we can say this is users app, and then here you can say com dot, instead of example you can write your name or your website, for example. So for example my name is Muhammad Ali, so write Muhammad Ali. Okay, you can write John, Peter, your good name you can write here. So anyways, as this is the users app which is for Android, iOS, so uncheck the Linux, Mac OS, web and Windows. Click create. So the project is now creating. So the users app Flutter project is created successfully, as you can see that. Now the next thing that we will do is I will provide these images files. Okay, download these images file. Once you download it, then you can copy it, go back to your project, right click on users app, then new, and we are going to create a new directory, new package, or you can say new folder. We will give it name as images. Click on images and then click paste and click OK. So all our images are pasted now inside the images folder, which you can see, okay, which are these images. So now what we need to do is, next thing is we have to add the required dependencies quickly to our this users app, and for that purpose what we need to do is, first let's include these images inside the pubspec.yml, and we can do that here, assets, images. Make sure that A is in proper alignment with this, okay, proper indentation. You can see no space forward, no space backward. A must be below the hash, okay, or you can say use material. You can see the proper indentation, and this dash must be below the second S of assets. Images our asset, you can see, and slash means whatever is inside this images folder, that is now the part of our this Flutter project. And then the same dependencies which we added in our sellers app. If you don't know how to come here, well, you can simply close this project. This is for the Flutter beginners students, okay. From here, from this window, you can click on this button and it will show you show in Explorer. Just click on that and it will show you the exact location where our these projects are, okay. So anyways, now open up the users app again, and then what we need to do, for example my project's path is this one, okay, inside the C users, username, and then studio project. In your case it will show you your path, that where your these Flutter projects are. So anyways, now what we are going to do, we are going to open up Visual Studio Code. Right click on Visual Studio Code, run as administrator, and then once it is opened, then we are going to open the sellers app inside VS Code, because from the sellers app we will copy some dependencies and some important code which we need here in the users app. So click on in the VS Code, okay, in the Visual Studio Code you can click file and then open folder, and simply navigate to the place where your source code is. You know which is studio projects, in my case sellers app. So I will click select folder. Now as you can see it is opened here, and first of all I will go to the pubspec.yml. Now you can of course close this folder. So from here I need to, from the pubspec.yml, just copy these dependencies, okay, copy this, come back to your users app, go to the pubspec.yml, and below the Cupertino icons we can simply paste it like that. Make sure that it follow the proper indentation like this, no space forward or backward. Once you do this, then click on pubget. So it has been installed successfully, all the dependencies installed successfully in this users app, which is a Flutter project. Now the next thing is to add Firebase in our user app. So for that purpose, what we need to do, we will go to Android app build.gradle first, and similarly here in our users app, Android app build.gradle, and what we need to do is we need to change this to users app, okay, like this, as this is our users app. And you know that alongside with that we need to change the minimum SDK version, which must be 24 or greater than 24. Then in the same way we can add this down here below the dependencies. Then after that, let's close this, and then inside the Android project level build.gradle, which is this one. Similarly in the sellers app we have project level build.gradle, this one. From here all you need to copy is this two dependencies, okay, class path, two class path. So just copy it and come back here, and here we can paste it like that. Now once you do this, next thing is simple, which is to add the Google services.json file. So for that purpose we will go to Android app build.gradle, and we have to copy this application ID, then go to the Firebase console, click on this gear icon, project settings, and then from the project settings, if you scroll here you will see this add app button. Click on that, click on Android, and simply paste your application ID here, and we can simply give it name as users app. Click register app, then click on download Google services.json file, and it will be downloaded to your downloads folder. You can see here, okay. Then copy this, go back to your Android Studio, right click on app, click paste, and click OK. So it is pasted now inside the app, you can see that. So we connected our this users app with Firebase.